Welcome back to the Jam with Lamb. I'm Anthony Lamb from the metal band Maul. Today, my guest is Henri Jourdan from the band Pursuit out of Fargo, North Dakota. I know Henri from playing gigs together and around the scene a bit. Henri, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Tell people a little bit about Pursuit, kind of the type of metal you play, and a little brief synopsis about what they can expect if they Google Pursuit right now.
If you were to catch a Pursuit show, the best way I can describe our sound and our live shows is like you're getting attacked by a fucking Wolverine.
Nice.
It's just really visceral, fucking fast, in your face, heavy as fuck, pissed.
Nice. Who's the first person you saw play guitar? Do you remember?
Oh my God.
Or like the first person maybe you met that was playing guitar that you were like, oh, this is badass.
Oh yeah. So both of my brothers, I'm the youngest in my family.
Sure.
So both of my older brothers, throughout their like teenage, early young adult years, were playing in bands. Mm-hmm. So I have seen many guitar players kind of in and out and involved in the bands that they were doing at those times. Mm-hmm. And so naturally had seen one or two shows as well. So that was kind of my first real exposure to, like, I guess, live rock music, pretty much.
Nice. What was your first guitar?
Still have it. It was an ESP LTD. It was part of a starter kit that it was like $250.
Did you have the fucking, was it the Kirk Hammett with the skulls, like the cheap one?
I wish.
I've been looking for there used to be like, a cheapo version of that once upon a time. I've never had one myself, but I've always like wanted it.
Dude, it's the guitar shop in Brainerd, my hometown, mm-hmm. for a long time they had a Kill 'Em All ESP. It cost like $1,500. It was like some special edition, but it had the hammer and the blood stains on it, mm-hmm. and it was this like white lacquered finish. It was so fucking sick.
You said you were from Brainerd.
Yes.
Did you ever see like a local show in Brainerd? Like, what was the scene like in Brainerd? Was there a scene?
Yeah, it's been really on and off there over the years. It would get a scene for a little while, and then it would kind of die down for a couple years.
Was there like a Christian venue in Brainerd that had like metalcore bands?
I'm not sure.
Or it might have been like just like a community space. I can't remember.
It's possible.
I think there was a venue there that was like Christian-y that was like never.
Yeah. There was.
Do you remember any bands that you saw like come through Brainerd at all, or?
God, so old, but there was a band called Forever in Grey. Yeah, they had played, I think, a youth center there. And they also played the first gig I ever played, which we played in a library conference room.
Hell yeah.
And there's another one called Nameless Victim.
Nameless Victim.
They're kind of like a dad rock metalcore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. So what kind of guitar do you use now when you're playing live?
I use a Schecter Hellraiser.
Nice. Does it have a whammy bar?
Sure does. Has a Floyd Rose on it.
Hell yeah. I had a Hellraiser once upon a time.
They're comfortable.
I had the one without the whammy. It was just the regular. The one without the Floyd Rose is like $400, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I always buy my guitars used. I've only bought one guitar, like, brand new, I guess, and that was like one of those little cheap Jacksons.
Mm-hmm.
The like soloists. They're like $150, $200.
Yep.
I think I got one like on sale from $200, so I got it for like $150, and it was like a good little practice guitar. But like, yeah, I don't know. I know people that like literally tour with guitars like that sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the road, you definitely need something that can withstand it, but also like, I don't know, something that gets you from A to B.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you know, I haven't played many Jacksons, but I've played my share of LTDs and ESPs, and I gotta say,
I've never played an ESP I didn't like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I've played $100 ones and I've played $1,000 ones, and they're solid guitars. You know, you can buy them cheap and still be pretty all right.
So, creeping on your Facebook, it says you went to MSUM.
Yes.
What'd you go to MSUM for?
Audio engineering. The program was entertainment industries and technology.
Interesting. Did you like graduate from that, or?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Do you like use it?
Yeah.
I mean, besides for like pursuit, I guess.
Yeah. I have. It's slowed down a little bit in the last couple of years, but I have like occasionally recorded different clients.
Nice.
My buddy Wilmar Avelis owns a studio called 1459 Studios in the Twin Cities.
Nice.
And he lets me kind of rent the space out and book sessions there for my own clients. So I've had the privilege of getting a few under my belt over the last few years, but
very cool.
Just been working hard at other things, so naturally that took a little bit of a back seat, but
So that was like hands-on at MSUM, though?
Yep.
Nice. How was going to school at MSUM? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. The Ryan Jackson, the guy that runs the audio program, he is incredibly smart, and he's very, very respectful to everybody, and he knows how to push people and motivate people and be like constructively critical of the things people are doing to like prepare them for actually going out into the real world and like dealing with clients. He's, you know, there's no like beating around the bush.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or is there anything new? I know you got a lot of new stuff going on with Pursuit right now. Is there any new things you would like to plug? The new.
Yeah, so for anybody that may potentially be a new fan, as well as people that are familiar with our old music and the last couple of releases that we put out, we're recording a new EP in February and have a goal, no official date, but have a goal of getting it released by April. That is subject to change circumstantially, obviously, but and yeah, it is quite the step up to us. We've been working really fucking hard on it.
You guys are in a new tuning on the last album?
Yep.
Last EP?
Yeah. We used to be E standard, and so now we've down-tuned, and we've just kind of... It still feels like home. It still feels like us, but it just feels like we finally locked in and kind of found how we want to sound and how to sound like how we want to sound, if that makes sense.
Yeah. When you guys write, do you kind of write a song and bring it to this practice space, or do you like record something in your basement and send it to the boys, or do you guys jam? Like, how do you guys write music, or is it kind of a mixture? Or?
It's kind of a mixture, but it's usually like Dalton and myself will, if we're practicing at home and we think something that's kind of cool, we'll record it really quick and save it, and then
the riff bank.
Yeah, put it in the riff bank.
Yep, I got a riff bank for sure. It's like, if we all died in a plane crash, the AI Riff Bank album, dude. Speaking of AI, anyways, make it happen, Sony.
Relapse can put out, can release your Riff Bank 30 different times.
From the grave. That's literally what it's called.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But God,
I want my ashes to be pressed into the vinyl. Every vinyl's got my ashes, brother.
Oh my God. What was I just talking about?
Kind of the writing process.
Yeah,
so
you
and Dalton will sit down.
Yeah, we'll sometimes we'll send it back and forth, but usually we'll plan a day to meet up, and we'll sit down and we'll just, Dalton will show it to me, or I'll show it to Dalton, and we'll decide, do we like it enough that we want to move forward with it? And then if we do, we break it down and we start that process that you were talking about earlier, where we just look at it, we'll record it, and we'll kind of trim the fat, What
Sorry to interrupt you. What's your favorite Death album?
Oh, God damn it. It is probably a tie between Symbolic, which is everybody's favorite.
Sure.
And, oh my God, either Individual Thought Patterns or Human.
Okay. So not Scream Bloody Gore. Got it. Okay. What's your favorite Metacula album?
Oh, man. Master of Puppets.
Hell yeah. So, when you first started playing guitar, what were some of the bands that, inspired you to write riffs?
Nirvana. I was obsessed with Nirvana back in the day.
Yeah.
Literally.
I definitely, growing up in the 90s, I listened to a lot of grunge in my early years, and it's I don't know, Nirvana was just another band to me. I actually didn't even start learning about them until I was in my 20s, actually. Mm-hmm. But was there a Nirvana album you really liked?
The first one I ever heard was Nevermind.
Nice.
It was just a hand-me-down CD.
Yeah.
And it blew my fucking mind.
I feel like that's one thing a lot of people kind of forget is how, there was definitely heavy music. It just wasn't as widely available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it is now. You can fucking Google anything and find music. It used to be you had to fucking have a buddy that gave you a CD, dude, with 20 bands on it. And you were what's track 4? Mm-hmm. Any advice for beginners out there that are thinking about picking up a guitar or giving it a go? Any advice you would give someone that's just starting to play guitar?
Yeah. Find music that you really enjoy, that motivates you, and just vibe with it, and just practice every day, hour a day, every day. Learn songs, learn chords. Learn whatever you want, but what worked best for me, which may not work best for everyone, but was literally just hear a song that I like that I thought I would be able to learn, and just listen to it a bunch, maybe look up the tabs or watch YouTube videos on how to play it, and just try to learn it and play it until it sounds right, because I was familiar with it, and just that's how I learned new techniques. That's how I learned chord changes.
Yeah. Take it your own speed. Don't defeat yourself. Just try to get better, a little bit better every day, and that's literally it. Just try to get a little bit better every day, because before you know it, you're going to be pretty darn good.
Hell yeah.
What's the best advice you've gotten from a guitarist? In general, whether it's playing, how to handle your gear, things like that, what's kind of what's some advice that you can remember that you've gotten from a guitarist?
It was nobody in specific. I think
Sure.
It was kind of good advice that stuck with me that I've heard from a few different people, but it's basically just try to learn songs by ear and work on listening, play to a click track. You don't always have to, but if you're learning a new technique or you're struggling with the execution of a riff or something, put a click track on, slow it down, and chop it up.
Slower reel down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sound it out.
How did we're going to kind of go back in time again. How did you meet your bandmates?
Dalton I met at MSUM, like, I think one of my first days for sure.
Nice. Just like in class?
Yep,
nice.
Just in class. I can't remember if it was the only spot available or if that's just where I chose to sit because I saw somebody that looked like they listened to the similar music. But regardless, ended up, I think that first semester we had almost all of our classes together because we're in the same program. So I think we just like started chilling here and there, partnered up on projects, and then became friends through that and jammed a little bit, and then eventually started writing music.
How'd you meet Wyatt?
It was around 2020, just after the shutdown. And Dalton and I were looking for a drummer, and so I just started asking around, and Chris Holmes had recommended Wyatt. He was like, Wyatt drums in Thrallfrost, so he'd probably be like a good fit for you guys since you play faster. And so I hit up Wyatt, and we set up like a little jam session tryout, and the dude fucking crushed it. So
nice. I've only jammed with Wyatt like maybe once or twice. It wasn't with Wyatt's kit. It was like with a buddy's kit. You know what I mean? So he was playing somebody else's shit, but even on someone else's shit ass kit, it was like not bad. And I just definitely remember when I was jamming with Wyatt, I was like, this guy definitely has played jazz like before in high school.
Yeah.
And like you can tell he likes thrash. Like that was the two things.
Yeah.
So it's like he was like playing faster than I wanted to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I play. I mean, I don't know. I'm all over the place when it comes to things I like to write. But when I'm like jamming, you know, I start out more like hardcore. You know, 120, 140 BPM. This motherfucker's over here like pushing 170 already, like we're going up to 2. And I'm like, bro, calm down. You know what I mean? Like we just met, and
I just want to be friends.
I'm trying to write a fucking groove, and I don't know. It was fun. We didn't jam that long. Who came up with the name Pursuit?
So I guess kind of me and like Dalton at the same time. So like long time ago, the band was called The Pursuit of Cash. It was like a just little punk band. Nothing too special, but and then we started writing heavier music, and Dalton suggested changing the name, and I was kind of stubborn at the time, so I was like, I don't really know. And then he compromised and said, what if we just shorten it to Pursuit? Yeah. And then I was like, okay. And I don't know. I've kind of grown to really like it. It sounds kind of like, I don't know. It sounds heavy but not, I don't know.
Sounds pretty metal to me.
I don't. It just sounds kind of good to me, I guess. I don't know. Pursuit.
Who made the new logo?
Dalton and Jordan Tepley.
Nice.
Dalton had a notebook and a Sharpie one day and was like, maybe we could have something like this, and he just sketched it out, and we thought it looked pretty sick. And then Tepley kind of brought it to life. Nice.
You know, that's one thing I feel like in a band, it's kind of like one of the unsung things that people don't really, there's like a lot of artists and promoters and other people's hands that kind of touch your work to get it to where it needs to be. You know what I mean? Whether that's like the album artwork, the audio engineer that you're recording with, or whatever. Like there's a lot of people behind the scenes as well that, they don't really get the same level of shout out that we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which, like, I feel like part of Mall's success has been our artwork. We've always been about paying artists for quality work, and like part of it is just finding people you like, the last one, Jaws, I'm pretty sure that artist was kind of put onto us by the label, I believe. Or like, you guys should use this guy. And I mean, that's the thing with 20 Buck is like, we've always had like the same vision. Like they get it, they fucking get it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what's nice is like, they've never given us like a recommendation we didn't like or trust. You know what I mean? They fucking understand what's up, which is cool. New logo. You got a new tuning.
Yep.
You got new music in the works.
These are all new songs. They're hard as fuck.
Where are you gonna be recording that?
Signature Tone Studios with Adam Tucker.
Nice.
In the Twin Cities.
Nice. Adam is a fucking level 100 wizard. Which, as a wizard myself, it's always cool meeting like a higher level wizard than I am. I mean, you as an audio engineer will definitely like understand what I'm talking about. Like just the way he operates and works. He's very efficient, and he fucking gets. You know, when he's one of those guys that like he fucks with the vision. Like I was just saying with 20 Buck, like he gets it. Like if you can explain like what you're looking for tonality wise, like this is our goal. He's like, yes, like I know what you want. You know what I mean? He definitely let me experiment a lot with the tones, like we did on Jaws. Like, so I would definitely recommend fucking around with tones for sure. Like, I don't know, he's loves doing that shit. Are you guys gonna have like any like sound samples and like or anything else in there? Nice. Do you guys do those yourself, or do you get like samples from like other people?
Dalton made the one for this. Yeah, Dalton's been putting down a lot of hard work.
Cool.
So,
and Dalton plays bass for those that don't know.
Yep.
All right, we're about to pull the plug on the podcast here. Before we wrap her up, Henry, is there anything else you would like to plug before we pull the plug?
I guess shout out the Fargo scene. Shout out everybody that's been fucking working hard, grinding, fucking navigating through stress.
Real. That was Henri Jourdan from the band Pursuit out of Fargo, North Dakota. If you want to hear more Pursuit, you can find them on Spotify. You can also find them online at Pursuit Fargo is their handle for pretty much everything. So make sure you go check out some of the music they have coming out here pretty soon. They have some old tunes up, but they're definitely going to be dropping some new music here. It sounds like in April, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube or hearing this on Spotify or any medium, please make sure you smash that like button and give us a follow, a sub. Also, don't forget to check out our Patreon at Jam with Lamb. We're going to have some cool behind-the-scenes footage, some extended episodes and commentary with certain guests, and then also some videos of me actually jamming with the guests and going through some rig rundowns, things like that. So if you want some extra content and you want a little more deeper dive into a certain artist, you can find that over at the Patreon. Once again, my name is Anthony Lamb. Thank you for tuning in and keep rocking.